They said it would never work. A 7-6 giant from China dominating the NBA? Impossible. But in 2001, while the world watched from afar, one young man was already rewriting the rulebook. This is the untold journey of how Yao Ming became the buzz before he ever stepped on American soil. His rise wasn't just about height, it was about heart, hustle, and holding on when the world doubted him. And if you're facing a mountain today, stick around. Because Yao's story might just be the push you didn't know you needed. Shanghai, China, early 2001. At just 21 years old, Yao Ming was already dominating the Chinese Basketball Association, CBA. He wasn't flashy, he wasn't loud. But night after night, he let his game speak. Averaging double-doubles, blocking shots with surgical precision, moving with a fluidity that defied his size. Coach's quote, paraphrased, he was 7'6", yes, but what stunned people most was how he moved like a guard. But back home, the pressure was crushing. The expectations of a nation. The whispers of failure if he went to America. And a painful truth. Yao couldn't just go. He needed permission from the Chinese government. Before the NBA dream could begin, Yao had to navigate a labyrinth of politics. The CBA didn't want to lose its biggest star. NBA scouts doubted if he could handle the American pace. And critics labeled him a soft giant. But Yao? He never fired back. Instead, he built himself in silence. Key takeaway for viewers. When doubt surrounds you, double down on preparation. Yao focused on 1. Strength training. 2. English lessons. 3. Watching NBA tapes endlessly. 4. Practicing harder than ever, despite no guarantee of success. He wasn't waiting for an opportunity. He was preparing so he'd never miss one. As the 2001-2002 season unfolded, whispers turned to headlines. Is Yao Ming the #1 pick? Can a Chinese center really dominate in the NBA? Teams were flying scouts to China. David Stern, then NBA commissioner, had a vision of global expansion, and Yao was the face. But even then, nothing was guaranteed. He wasn't just fighting for a draft pick. He was fighting for representation, for respect, and for every dreamer who didn't fit the usual mold. By mid-2002, the paperwork was signed. Yao Ming declared for the NBA draft. But the noise didn't stop. Too skinny. Won't survive against Shaq. He's not aggressive enough. So how did Yao stay grounded? Mindset mastery. Focus on what he could control. Leaned into meditation and visualization. Maintained a daily practice of gratitude and humility. Practical lesson. When outside noise gets loud, go inward. Build mental armor. Yao's team reportedly even helped him train mentally for press conferences, pressure, and cultural clashes. The 2002 NBA draft arrives. With the #1 overall pick, the Houston Rockets select Yao Ming. Cheers in Houston, euphoria in Shanghai. History had been made, but this wasn't a finish line. This was the beginning of a global shift. He wasn't just a basketball player, he was a bridge. A young man who proved that even in a foreign land, your roots can be your rocket fuel. So here's the truth. Success doesn't always shout, it often whispers. It begins with silent mornings, relentless practice, and the decision to show up when nobody's watching. Yao Ming didn't just chase a dream. He built himself into someone who couldn't be ignored. If you're doubting your path right now, remember this. You don't have to be loud. You just have to be ready. Question for viewers. What's your NBA draft moment? That thing you're quietly preparing for? Drop it in the comments. Let's support each other's rise. Like this video if Yao's story lit a spark in you. Subscribe for more real stories behind success. Share with someone who's building in silence too. This is Rise and Roar, where resilience becomes your superpower.